Have you ever experienced something you just couldn't quite explain? That chilling feeling when you're alone, maybe, and a place just feels, well, off?
Hmm.
Or maybe a strange sound that just vanishes before you can pinpoint it.
Right. Or that feeling that someone's watching.
Exactly, an unshakable certainty that something dark is lurking, even if you can't see a thing. Most of us, we brush these things off, tell ourselves it's just imagination or the wind.
Sure, the logical explanation.
But for some people, those experiences, they linger. They just replay in your mind like this little film of the unexplained you can't shake.
It's absolutely true. I mean, even with all our science and understanding today, there are still incidents that just defy easy answers.
Yeah.
Things people have tried to, push away, situations they maybe barely avoided or tragically didn't escape at all.
And that's exactly what we're getting into today on The Deep Dive. We're plunging into some of America's most intriguing, really baffling, unsolved mysteries. Our source for this is a fascinating compilation. It's called 10 Unsolved American Mysteries. And believe me, it's a real rabbit hole of the unknown.
Our mission really is to try and unpack these perplexing events. We want to highlight the surprising facts, the questions that still hang in the air, and just the sheer audacity of the unknown sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll explore, everything from cryptid encounters and strange disappearances to eerie hauntings and even claims of reincarnation.
All to help you become well-informed on these captivating enigmas without getting totally overwhelmed by it all.
Right.
So yeah, buckle up. We're about to explore that thin veil between what we think we know and what absolutely continues to baffle us. Okay, let's start with a category we're calling When Nature Gets Nasty, the Cryptid and the Curse.
First up, the Port Chatham incidents.
Alaska.
Port Chatham.
It's this, gorgeous but really eerie ghost town. Southern end of the Kenai Peninsula, settled way back in 1787. Sounds pretty idyllic, right?
You'd think so. But not for long. Around the 1920s, these rumors started swirling about an evil creature haunting a mining camp nearby.
An evil creature.
Yeah. And intriguingly, witnesses described seeing major destruction, and they believe whatever it was walked on 2 feet. Not like a bear or wolf,
So like a cryptid. Bigfoot, maybe?
Exactly. For anyone unfamiliar, a cryptid is basically an animal whose existence isn't proven. Think Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster,
Yeah.
often based on folklore, eyewitness stuff. This definitely sounded like one of those.
And it wasn't just spooky stories or uprooted trees, right? Though that's weird enough, trees with roots sticking up.
No, it got much worse. During World War II, various mutilated bodies started turning up.
Oh, wow.
In lagoons, rivers, along trails. And if that wasn't unsettling enough, people in Port Chatham just started disappearing.
Just a vanishing.
Yeah, this suggests a real escalation, the pattern of terror. Shortly after the war, the locals they'd had enough. They packed up and fled the whole town. Totally. Years later, hunters went back into the area, and they found these 18-inch human-like footprints.
Human-like?
Sort of, but with patterns that looked more like deer or wolf tracks mixed in. Really strange.
Okay, that's bizarre.
And then in 1973, 3 hunters reported being actively stalked by a bipedal creature while they were sheltering from a storm.
Stalked. Jeez. And there's that story from 1990, right? The paramedic?
Oh, yeah, that one's chilling. An Anchorage paramedic was treating this 70-year-old prisoner who was originally from the Port Chatham area. The paramedic just casually mentioned he'd gone hunting there once. The old prisoner just suddenly sits bolt upright and shouts, "Did you see it? Did it bother you?"
Whoa! Decades later, still terrified.
Exactly. Such a powerful, visceral reaction. It really shows how deep that fear ran, how it could just force people to abandon their homes.
That lingering question.
Yep.
What was that creature that scared so many people away?
Still unanswered.
Okay, so from the Alaskan wilderness, let's head east to the harsh peaks of New Hampshire, the lakes of the Clouds Hut.
Mount Washington. Beautiful, but dangerous.
Right. Famous for views, notorious for killer weather. It's contributed to, over 150 hiker deaths?
Yeah, it's a staggering number.
Yeah.
And the current Appalachian Mountain Club hut, the AMC hut, it sits right on the site of an older one, built back in 1901.
Built after 2 hikers died trying to get to the summit.
Exactly. Which sort of leads into the legend.
The unnerving one, that the souls of those 150 dead hikers, they roamed the hut.
That's the story. And there are accounts, like the AMC member tasked with opening the hut one season.
Yeah.
They found him huddled under a sink, absolutely terrified, said he saw faces floating in front of him, just couldn't bring himself to leave the hut.
Floating faces.
Yeah.
And other weird stuff happens too, right? Like people getting pushed.
Uh-huh. Reports of unseen hands pushing hikers, supposedly if they insult the deceased.
Okay.
And this is really bizarre. Hiker shoes apparently get stolen so often that people started nailing them to the wall.
Nailing shoes to the wall, seriously, to stop them being stolen by ghosts.
Well, that's the implication, isn't it? It's one thing to talk about, feelings or maybe hallucinations from the altitude or weather.
Right. Faces floating, being pushed. Maybe psychological, sensory stuff.
Exactly. But shoes actually disappearing.
Yeah.
Consistently enough that people resort to nailing them down.
That feels different, more concrete.
It really does. That's a great point. The shoe theft is such a practical, very odd detail. It seems to resist an easy psychological explanation. Sure, altitude sickness, bad weather, they can cause disorientation, maybe hallucinations, but a consistent pattern of theft.
Points to something else.
It might. Could be human mischief, someone playing pranks maybe,
Or
something genuinely inexplicable happening to physical objects.
So maybe multiple kinds of weirdness in one place.
It forces you to consider that, yeah. Some things perhaps explainable through environment or psychology, others maybe less so.
Belief seems key here too, right?
Yeah.
What people expect to experience might shape what they actually do experience.
Definitely plays a role.
And speaking of belief and things defying easy explanation, let's head to Utah. The Petrified Rock Curse.
Ah, yes. Escalante Petrified Forest State Park.
Beautiful place, filled with petrified rock, fallen trees, apparently irresistible to some visitors.
People can't seem to help themselves, even though it's illegal to take any pieces.
But taking them, that comes with a price, supposedly.
That's the legend. Those who illegally take a piece of petrified rock or wood get hit by a legendary curse.
And there's evidence. Or evidence.
Well, compelling evidence of belief in the curse, at least. The park gets dozens of letters every year, sometimes up to 6 a month, and these letters, they come with returned pieces of petrified wood.
People sending them back. Why?
They blame the curse for all sorts of misfortunes. Car accidents, failed marriages, serious illnesses, even deaths in the family.
Wow.
And these stories aren't new. Tales of bad luck linked to these pieces go way back to the 1930s.
And wasn't there a story about a skeptic?
Oh, yeah. A guy wrote in, said he didn't believe in the curse, took some wood anyway, then bam, 3 accidents in a row. And his motorhome caught fire.
Okay. Sounds like he changed his mind.
Seems like it. It really shows how powerful collective belief, maybe confirmation bias, can be, doesn't it?
Turning bad luck into this tangible curse if you break the rules.
Exactly. The power of belief, maybe even just guilt, can manifest in really potent ways. Who cast this ancient curse? Why? We don't know.
Or if there's no curse, why do so many people believe there is and feel compelled to return the items? That's maybe the real mystery.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Now into shadowy figures and vanishing acts, the human element. These feel, maybe closer to home, more chilling in a different way.
Definitely. Starting with a ghost of Henry Wells in Alabama.
The courthouse window legend, Pickens County.
That's the one. Classic Alabama urban legend. The story goes, Henry Wells allegedly burned down the courthouse. He was then attacked by a lynch mob. While he's up in a courthouse window, pleading his innocence, bam, lightning strikes. And supposedly sears his face, his likeness, right into the window pane.
Oh, way.
And his supposed last words were super chilling. If you kill me, I am going to haunt you for the rest of your lives.
Okay, that's intense. And the aftermath.
Even wilder. A member of the lynch mob walks by the courthouse the very next day and sees Wells's distorted face staring back at him from the window.
The face was still there.
Still there.
Yeah.
And apparently it resisted cleaning soap, chemicals, nothing worked. And weirdly, you could only see it from outside the building.
Only from outside. That's specific.
Very. And they say the face is still seen sometimes, especially during storms. People report hearing wails then, too.
And one version claims that pane of glass has never been broken or destroyed.
Right. Through fires, replacements, whatever. That one pane endures. It's such a specific, enduring image.
So from your perspective, is this something with a potentially rational explanation? Maybe some weird chemical thing, light trick? Or does this lean more towards the truly supernatural?
That's always the core question, isn't it? I mean, sure, many unexplained things eventually get debunked or find a scientific basis. Weird chemical reactions on the glass, specific light reflections, maybe even a shared psychological thing like pareidolia.
During faces and patterns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the details here are just so compelling. An image seared by lightning, resisting all cleaning, only visible from outside. and the wailing sounds during storms.
Yeah, those details add up.
They really do. Those are the aspects that make even the most skeptical person pause and grapple with it. It's that specific combination of the visual and the auditory that makes the legend so persistent.
So even a rational view bumps up against those specific chilling details.
Okay.
From ghosts to, well, something even more perplexing maybe. The Shaman's Portal in Beaver Dunes Park, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's Bermuda Triangle.
Right. Popular park, apparently, but with this really dark reputation.
And it's not recent. This place has a long, strange history of disappearances, going way back to the 1500s.
The 1500s?
Yeah. Men traveling with the Spanish explorer Francisco Coronado just vanished in the dunes.
Vanished, just like that.
Gone. And there were reports back then of strange green lightning flashes around the time they disappeared. Apparently, local Native Americans tried to warn Coronado about the area. He even wrote about the strange incident in his journals.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just modern folklore.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Later disappearances include a pioneer woman in 1897, and more recently, a tourist from Colorado in 1987. Just gone.
So what do people think is happening there? The theories must be wild.
Oh, they are. Some locals believe there's a shaman's portal that literally sucks people in.
A portal?
Yep. Others think it might be a UFO crash site. There are even reports of seeing men dressed in military gear digging out there at night.
Military digging at night. Okay, that adds a conspiracy layer.
And then there were claims from a Dr. Mark Thatcher. He said his research into the weird phenomena there got shut down back in the 90s by the Men in Black.
Men in Black, seriously. Wow.
Yeah. So you've got disappearances spanning centuries, green lightning, portals, UFOs, Men in Black. It's a potent mix.
It really feels like the mystery just keeps compounding over time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What could possibly link 16th century explorers vanishing to modern tourists and these bizarre claims?
It truly does. The green lightning, the MIB stuff, it all adds these extra layers of intrigue. It resists any single simple explanation. What's fascinating, I think, is how these ongoing disappearances get woven together with local folklore and, modern conspiracy theories. It creates this living legend.
A testament to our need to find meaning.
Exactly. Whether it's supernatural, extraterrestrial, we need to attribute some cause to events that just defy our current understanding.
Okay, next up, a really terrifying case. Very human threat involved here. The disappearance of Cindy Anderson from Ohio.
Yes. A deeply unsettling one. This starts back in 1980. Cindy was just 20 years old, and she was having a really rough time. She kept having these violent nightmares. Believed they were premonitions.
Premonitions? Like what?
One particularly vivid one involved her opening a door to a man she actually recognized. And then he chased her.
Oh, that's terrifying. Recognizing the man.
Right. And her fears just escalated from there. A message. It said, "I love you, Cindy," by GW. Appeared scrawled on the wall outside her office window.
GW.
GW. It was removed, but then it reappeared weeks later.
Okay, that's stalker behavior.
Absolutely. And then someone started making harassing phone calls to her at the office. It got so bad, her employers installed a panic buzzer to alert a nearby business if she needed help.
Smart move. But it didn't stop things.
Apparently not. On August 3rd, 1981, a client was in the office and actually witnessed Cindy receive 2 phone calls. Both times she hung up abruptly, looking absolutely terrified.
The client saw this.
Yes. He was so disturbed he actually called the police later to check on her.
Good for him.
But the very next day, August 4th, Cindy was last seen around 9:45 in the morning. By noon, she was gone.
Just vanished from the office.
Vanished. Her employers found the office empty. There was a strong smell of nail polish remover in the air.
Nail polish remover. Weird detail.
Very. A book she'd been reading was left open to a page depicting an abduction scene.
Oh, that's Jack.
Her keys and purse were missing, but her car was still parked outside. Her bank account, untouched.
So she didn't just leave.
Doesn't look like it. And then, shortly after she disappeared, a woman called the police.
Yeah, with information.
Claimed Cindy was alive, said she was being held in a White House basement, but she refused to give a name or location and hung up.
A dead end, basically. What about the GW guy?
Well, there was a handyman at her firm with those initials. He had access to the building, but he was investigated and never charged. Another man named GW came forward later, claiming his messages were for a different Cynthia. So, leads that went nowhere.
43 years. Still unsolved.
43 years. Who called her that day? Who's GW? Who took her? She possibly still alive somewhere? Just nothing.
With all those details, the nightmares, recognizing the man, the specific GW messages, the harassing calls, It really sounds targeted, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Like a specific menacing person focused on her, not just some random act.
Exactly. It feels like a deliberate, calculated campaign against her. This wasn't just a crime of opportunity. It feels like the culmination of this psychological assault.
Which makes the fact it's unsolved even more disturbing.
It really does. Makes you wonder how close they might have come to finding her tormentor.
Okay, another really unsettling series of events. The Route 29 stalker in Virginia.
Right. This taps into that fear of serial killers that became more prominent in the U.S. around the mid-90s.
And Route 29 saw a real cluster of cases, didn't it?
It did. Between 2009 and 2014, 5 young women disappeared along that route. It's part of a larger, disturbing pattern, 9 murders and disappearances total along Route 29, and only 3 of those cases have ever been solved.
9 cases, only 3 solved. Wow. Let's focus on Alicia Showalter Reynolds, 1996, right?
Yes, her case is particularly disturbing and seems to fit a pattern. She was driving from Baltimore to Charlottesville to meet her mother. Her car was found later, pulled over along the highway near Culpeper. There was a paper napkin tucked under the windshield wiper.
A napkin? Any reason?
No apparent reason. And nothing mechanically wrong with the car. But then witnesses came forward. 3 people said they saw Alicia talking to a man beside a dark pickup truck.
Okay, so she pulled over and talked to someone.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And this is where the chilling pattern emerges. After Alicia's disappearance, 20 other women contacted police.
20? Why?
They all reported being approached on a highway by a man in a pickup truck. He'd drive up behind them, flash his lights, honk, try to get them to pull over, maybe claim something was wrong with their car.
The exact same tactic.
The exact same MO. One woman actually did pull over. The man offered her a ride. She got suspicious, fought him off, broke her ankle in the struggle, but managed to escape.
Thank God, she got away.
She did. Alicia Reynolds, tragically, did not. Her body was found 2 months later, about 15 miles away from where her car was abandoned.
Horrifying. And she wasn't the only one suspected to be a victim of this guy.
No. Police believe the same person might be responsible for the deaths or disappearances of Julianne Williams, Laurel Winans, and Carolyn McDaniel, Samantha Clark, and Sage Smith. Though, it was worth noting, the cases of Morgan Harrington, Alexis Murphy, and Hannah Graham, also linked to that area, were eventually solved and tied to a different perpetrator.
So, it's complex. But this specific stalker, any leads? Suspects?
There have been theories. Some police suspected a known serial killer active in the area at the time, Richard Mark Evidence. More recently, in 2023, Alicia Reynolds' family urged police to look at potential links to the Gilgo Beach murder suspect, Rex Huerman. They noted a resemblance between him and a police sketch of the Route 29 stalker from back then.
A resemblance, but no solid connection yet.
Not enough evidence, it seems. So even with potential suspects, a clear pattern, eyewitness accounts, the killer or killers responsible for these Route 29 cases remain unidentified as of 2024.
It's terrifying. A predator operating with such a consistent, scary method, leaving victims behind and just vanishing.
It really highlights how difficult these investigations can be, even when patterns seem obvious.
Okay, one more in this segment. The fate of Tom Cuter in South Dakota. This one's messy.
Very messy. It starts in June 1994. Tom Cuter, a 29-year-old forklift driver, is found dead at work by his coworkers. His skull was crushed under his own forklift.
Oh, awful. What did the police think happened?
They concluded pretty quickly it was suicide. Their theory was he loaded lumber onto the forklift, set it moving forward, and then deliberately lay down in its path.
A very specific way to commit suicide. Why did they think that?
They linked it directly to the disappearance of his coworker, Tina Marcotte, just 4 days earlier.
Okay, connection there. What happened to Tina?
Tina's tire blew out while she was driving home. She called her best friend Vicky for help. During the call, she told Vicky that Tom Cuter had just pulled up and offered her a ride home.
Tom offered her a ride.
Right, and then Tina was never heard from again.
So Tom was the last person known to see her.
Exactly. And things got suspicious immediately. The very next day, both Tom and Tina's boyfriend, a guy named Patrick, showed up separately at Vicky's house, asking about Tina. Vicky confronted Tom right then, asked him about promising Tina a ride. He denied it. Flat out denied it. Also denied rumors they were having an affair.
He denied giving her a ride, even though Tina told Vicky he did.
Yep. Big red flag.
Yeah.
And then police discovered Tina's car tire hadn't just blown out, it had been deliberately slashed.
Slashed? Okay, so foul play suspected immediately.
Definitely. Tom kept denying he'd even seen Tina that night. He claimed his own car had broken down, leaving him stranded for 4 hours. When he finally got home at 3:30 a.m., the first thing he did was immediately wash the clothes he'd been wearing.
Washing clothes at 3:30 a.m., also suspicious.
Very. But here's the crucial detail. The day before, Tom was found dead under the forklift.
Yeah.
Police informed him they had found blood stains in his car and were sending them for testing to see if it was Tina's.
Oh, wow. They told him that.
They did. The very next morning, he's dead. Suicide, police said. Case closed on him.
But his family didn't believe it was suicide.
No, his family believes he was murdered too. Maybe to silence him.
Murdered by who? The boyfriend, Patrick? Maybe Vicky.
Those are the lingering questions. Did Tom kill Tina and then commit suicide out of guilt when the police closed in? Or did someone else kill Tina and then kill Tom to stop him talking? Perhaps Patrick or even Vicky.
And Tina's body was eventually found.
Yes, 16 months later, under a woodpile at their workplace where Tom died.
Right there at the workplace. That just deepens the whole mystery, suicide or murder. We still don't really know.
Exactly. A truly confounding puzzle.
Okay, let's move into our final segment. Legends, lost flights, and lives reborn, the boundary breakers. These push the limits even further.
Absolutely. Starting with the mystery of the Whitebird biplane.
This is a historical one, right? Back to 1927.
Yep. A really thrilling attempt back then. Two French aviators, Charles Nungesser and François Colli, were trying to win the Ortigue Prize.
The prize for?
$25,000 a fortune then for the first non-stop flight across the Atlantic Ocean between Paris and New York.
Ah, the famous transatlantic race. Lindbergh won it, right?
Lindbergh won it flying east to west, shortly after these guys disappeared trying to fly west to east. Nungesser and Colli took off from Paris in their plane, the Whitebird. They were expected to land triumphantly in New York Harbor on May 9th, 1927. But they vanished, never arrived.
Just disappeared over the Atlantic.
That was the assumption for decades. But then enter Arthur Dolan from Princeton, Maine. He had a different theory. He became convinced they didn't vanish over the ocean, but actually crashed much later in Meadowbanks Lake, way up and down East Maine.
Why did he think that?
Because back in 1958, while he was out deer hunting with a friend, they stumbled across some old plane debris. Just some beams, he said. He didn't think much of it then, but 30 years later, he somehow connected it to the missing Whitebird.
He found wreckage. Did he go back?
Here's the twist. He and his friend tried to retrace their steps later to find the debris again, but they couldn't locate it. It was gone, or they couldn't find the spot.
The wreckage vanished too.
Okay. But the idea of a crash in Maine isn't just based on Dolan's maybe found, maybe lost debris. It's bolstered by eyewitness accounts from that day, May 9th, 1927.
Oh yeah, like what?
Multiple reports. A blueberry farmer named Harold Vining heard a plane engine rumbling overhead through thick fog. Miles away, a couple heard a plane pass over their house. And maybe most compellingly, a local hermit named Anson Berry reported hearing a sputtering plane engine, followed by a loud crash sound coming from the direction of a nearby lake.
All on the day the Whitebird was due.
All on May 9th. These consistent accounts from different people in the same remote area, they really lend weight to the idea that a plane, possibly the Whitebird, went down in Maine, not the mid-Atlantic.
So did Dolan really find parts of the Whitebird? What happened to that debris he saw?
We don't know.
And will the plane itself ever be found, maybe at the bottom of that lake, revealing its final moments?
Huge questions remain. The Whitebird was built for just one historic flight. Its disappearance was a global event. The idea that its wreckage might have been found, then lost again, it just adds to the whole enigma.
A piece of history potentially lying hidden, waiting to be rediscovered.
Exactly. A reminder that even famous events can leave mysteries behind.
Okay, let's wrap up with maybe the most profound mystery of all. Claims of reincarnation, specifically the story called The Second Life of James Kello.
This one, yeah, it really challenges your perspective.
So set the scene. It involves a little boy.
A 4-year-old boy named Charlie. One day, seemingly out of the blue, he tells his mother, Mary, I died once, and it hurts.
Whoa! A 4-year-old saying that?
Right, he even mentioned having a badly hurt leg associated with his death.
Okay, and it didn't stop there.
No. The strange comment continued.
Yeah.
Eventually, Charlie started claiming that in a past life, he was someone else. A man named James Kello from San Francisco.
He named him James Kello.
Yes, and he provided specific details about Kello's life and death. He said Kello was a naval officer. He died after dragging a survivor onto a beach, right after his warship was bombed.
A naval officer died when his ship was bombed, dragging a survivor. Those are very specific details for a 4-year-old.
Incredibly specific. So his mother, Mary, understandably bewildered, started doing some research, digging into naval records, warships.
And did she find anything?
She found James Kello on the official roster of the USS Arizona.
The Arizona, Pearl Harbor.
Exactly. James Kello was listed as killed in action on December 7th, 1941, during the attack on Pearl Harbor. The circumstances match Charlie's story.
Wow, okay. That's astonishing. How do you even begin to process that, a random 4-year-old knowing these details?
It really forces you to confront the limits of our current understanding, doesn't it? Consciousness, memory, life, death. If Charlie's story is somehow true, and those verifiable details are incredibly hard to just dismiss as coincidence or fantasy in a child that young, it just opens up these monumental questions.
About the nature of reality, basically. Is reincarnation real?
That's the core question it raises. And this isn't just a one-off anecdote. There are researchers, medical professionals, academics who have been studying cases like this, children reporting detailed past life memories for decades.
And they have answers.
They struggle for clear scientific answers.
Yeah.
It's incredibly difficult to study empirically, but the reports keep coming. More and more people claiming to remember past lives.
It challenges our whole idea of linear time, individual identity, who we are.
Fundamentally, it's perhaps the ultimate unexplained mystery.
Wow. Okay. We have covered such a huge range today, haven't we?
We really have.
From, strange bipedal creatures stalking people in Alaska to the eerie legends of ghostly hikers and those cursed rocks in Utah.
Right. Then shifting to the chilling disappearances. Some may be linked to human predators, like the Route 29 stalker, others to bizarre places like beaver dunes, maybe even involving portals or men in black.
And that tragic, tangled case of Tom Cuter and Tina Marcotte, suicide or murder? Still hanging there.
And finally, lost history like the white bird, and then... Yeah, the mind-bending possibility of past lives being remembered by a 4-year-old boy.
These aren't just like weird, isolated stories, are they? They feel connected somehow.
I agree. They feel like these compelling threads in this huge, tangled tapestry of the unexplained. Things that keep challenging how we understand reality, history, ourselves.
They really remind you, don't they, that the world is just absolutely full of things that defy easy explanation, things we just don't have answers for.
Absolutely. And sometimes, like we saw, the most factual details we have from the sources, they only seem to deepen the mystery instead of solving it. They push us to question what we really consider known.
Which leads to that final thought, I guess. With so many unanswered questions swirling around events that just defy logic, that defy conventional explanation, what does it truly mean to be well-informed anyway? Especially in a world where the inexplicable still holds so much sway? What other facts that we take for granted might just be mysteries we haven't really acknowledged yet?
That is definitely something to mull over.
Yeah. Something to think about until our next deep dive.